Hey guys, NosferKitty here, and I am here with If One Thing Changed. This is a visual novel, like most things on the channel that I have found recently. This has been on my itch.io list to play for a while, and I used to know what it was about, but I like not knowing things. I do know that there are warnings for sensitive subjects. I'm gonna assume like suicide and death and things. It's not, it doesn't say visual depictions, and that's fine with me. So here's your warning: there are sensitive subjects being discussed and used in this game. So if you want to click away now, click away now. That's entirely up to you. For everybody else, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This game has. I mean, this is fine. Stop. Oh, here we go. This story may contain situations that you might find completely. Oh, that you may. Yeah. This story may contain situations that you may find uncomfortable. This story is completely fictional and is not based on experiences neither I nor anyone I've ever met. If you are sensitive to realistic situations, I would not recommend you play this game. There are no images, or no. Yeah, there are no images, just music and sounds. Okay, that's fine. And then this is the user, the creator down here. So we're gonna go ahead. Mom and Dad are fighting again. It feels like every day now. And obviously, it's about me again. Why does it feel that this is all my fault? That I've done everything wrong? It really feels as it was not long ago. Not long ago that all three of us were happy. Sweetie, it's dinner time. I love food. I always have. Looked forward to all meals and snacks and candy. I quickly ran to the table. As I sat down, a plate was set in front of me. Trying not to predict it as it's going, but hey. Mashed potatoes, peas, and a juicy pork chop was placed in front of me. I kinda wish this would go faster, but that's okay. I love mashed potatoes and Dad's famous pork chops. Really, any kind of meat. But his pork chops were my favorite. Peas, on the other hand, I didn't really like. I pushed away the plate, leaving only peas spread across the plate. Moving them around doesn't count as eating them. Eat them as well so you'll grow up smart and pretty. Oh, that's not nice. I pushed away the plate with only the peas remaining. Honey, you need to eat those to help you become a very smart girl. I don't like how slow this is. I'm not going to. I don't care. You won't get any dessert if you don't eat them. Angry at facing the no dessert, I ate the plate without thinking. And the peas and food flew through the air and hit Mother. Whoops! I just remember her yelling at me after that and being sent to bed. I remember school being a different story. I was cute, but also kind of a tomboy. I figured out that if you click it, it makes it go. The thing is the instructions said not to click too quickly or you'll miss sounds. But maybe they mean click through too quickly. I don't want to be dragging ass. There was this one time. Once at school during recess. Boy, do I miss having those. The time to play around when no one would tell you that you had things to do. Hey, come play with us! I was so surprised. I was new in this school and I felt I was already making friends. Which made me happy and, well, eager to please. I was more than willing to follow my new friend over to a couple other children at the side of the school. Once I got there, they were gathering small rocks for whatever reason. So I joined in to help gather rocks. I didn't know how it happened, but we changed from collecting rocks to throwing them. Oh, Jesus. Next thing I knew, a window was broken. It wasn't me! Hell, I didn't even throw a rock yet. Next thing I heard was, I can't get in trouble! My mommy will be so mad at me! Please! Say you did it! You're my best friend, please! I never had a best friend before. Teacher rushes over to us, almost screaming. Are you kids okay? Who broke this window? Why were you kids throwing rocks? You're in so much trouble. He rattled on so quickly, I couldn't follow how angry he was. I had to decide quickly. Tell the truth, take the blame. Tell the truth! She threw the rock, I said as I pointed to my new friend. As soon as I did, the other kids pointed in agreement that it was her. The last thing I remember was the pain of her screaming, I hate you! I hate you! You're not my friend! My new neighbors have a 4-month-old upstairs, so I can't actually scream. So, sorry. Those words echoed in my head, and it hurts to think that I betrayed a friend. But I was just telling the truth. Why did it hurt so much? I'm gonna cut in here and say, no. She was not your friend. Most kids don't understand, though, that whole, I'll be your best friend, is pretty situational. Thinking back, I was usually alone. I had very few friends, but I was always trying to outdo what I saw others do. Jungle gyms, monkey bars, swings. Oh yeah, I loved swings. It was where you would find me most of the time at school or at the park. I remember kids jumping from the swings, from as high as they could go, to see how far they could go. And when they were done, I always felt I could do better. One day, I did. That day, after the kids left, I went over and decided to cop them. But for some reason, it wasn't enough. Got on that swing and went. As hard as I could. As high as I could. I wanted to fly. Closed my eyes and I felt the rush. As I flew up and down, back and forth. The wind rushing past me. That's when it came to me. The highest point I let go. Oh, we're gonna break every fucking bone in our body. And I flew. The wind rushing past, my heart aflutter. Then I opened my eyes. I made a mistake. I didn't think. I was a kid after all. I failed to remember that at some point, or I would have to land at some point. I screamed as I looked down from what felt like miles. Seconds felt like minutes. I watched the ground come towards me, then... Ow. Oh, shit, son! Gross! I couldn't remember much. Adults running toward me. Sirens, blood, and pain. The pain. 8 weeks. 8 weeks I was in those casts. A broken arm and a leg. I'm surprised you didn't have a compound fracture, sweetheart. Must have cost my parents a fortune. But I got hurt so badly they put me on some pill. I couldn't feel anything. Pain, emotions. For one of the best feelings of my life, it took a heavy toll. I never got on a swing again. Wow. I feel like my childhood was awkward. Still seemed rather normal, though. My teenage years, on the other hand, were scarier. Once I hit puberty, it wasn't all angst, hatred, and boys. Well, maybe a boy. My teen years were very... memorable. It brought me far more than I expected when I reached high school. I still wasn't very social, but somehow I managed to get a boyfriend. Everything went so fast, yet felt slow at the same time. Just a blink, and it was all gone. But that day, I could never forget. I got a feeling we're tiptoeing into some pretty dark shit, so unless it's a breakup, content warning, because I kind of feel like this is not going to be good. Step away. We hadn't dated long when he invited me to a party. He was only a year older than me, so it wasn't anything special. He was mature. When we arrived, it was different. Not what I remember a party to be. The air was thick, almost unbreathable. Everywhere I looked, there were kids of all ages. And, I mean, there were kids that looked like middle schoolers. They were all kissing, making out, smoking. I was curious and yet disgusted at the same time. Despite knowing it was bad, I wanted to try it. I wanted to fit in. And my curiosity... No sooner do I think that, then he came back with booze and I think it was a cigarette of some kind. He offered both to me. Fuck. Listen, I was the teenager that would have taken it, but I have a really bad feeling... What was that? Oh, okay, it's the piano. I've got a really bad feeling about something if we refuse, but I have a bad feeling about if we take it. I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I'm really uncomfortable. Oh, fuck me. Oh, discomfort. It's not like I was doubting my morals, but I didn't want to offend him. And I wanted to know what it was like. I almost gagged while trying to take a sip of the drink. I still don't know what it was, but it burned. Trying to smoke was no better. A horrible feeling like I couldn't breathe. As I started coughing, I felt the whole room judging me. He urged me to inhale it in and hold my breath. Oh, okay. Holy mother. That was a bad idea. At that point, I don't remember anything. That's a lie. I remember more drinking, more smoking, spinning, music, colors, lights, and being on the floor a lot. I also remember me and him going farther than we'd ever had, or that I wanted to at that point. Though, with all that was going on, everything was a yes. Good news! We didn't go that far. That happened a few years later in life. We almost did. Oh, motherfucker! But the sirens and the door being busted down kind of killed the mood. Fuck, dude, give me a heart attack. Not to mention being picked up at a police station on what I did not understand. I was grounded for what felt like forever, and it seemed like lectures every few minutes. For months, I was trapped. I can't say all my memories were bad, but it never seems to be the good ones I remember. Shopping with what friends I did have was always a blast. We ate food, got clothes, drooled over cute guys as they walked by. It was always good fun. Until we had a few new people join our small group. We met them one day at the mall. They were way too cool for us. I don't remember how the friendship began, but I know how it all ended. The last time I ever enjoyed shopping. Seems like a distant memory after what happened. Dark chocolate is my favorite. I was spending all I had for my stash at home. It was running low. After I gathered my hoard, I turned to our new friends and saw them sticking stuff in their pockets? They were signaling me to come over. I didn't know why they were, but I had an idea. Hey, grab a couple of these. My pockets are full. Mine too. Hurry up and don't worry. We do this all the time. I know this is wrong, but it sounded exciting. Something to brag about. A story to tell, even if it's small. That does look tasty. Nope. Nope. The next thing I know, a couple of mall cops come up behind us. We're then escorted to some room in the mall. After they lectured us and made a few phone calls, we waited for our parents. I just couldn't believe that. I said, don't steal! I just couldn't believe that this happened. My parents still bring it up even now. And it's just not fair. I was banned from the mall for life. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. The biggest turning point in high school years. It's not even about high school. I hear you banging up there. You deal with it. Stop it. It's not even about high school. It was about oh, fuck. I always wanted to drive. To have the freedom, the speed, the ability to get away. Even after my license, I was never allowed to use the car. Or so it seemed. I got my chance when I least expected it. A drive-in movie. No date. Just me. The fresh air and movie food. It was just a night I had no one to watch over me. The movie was a double feature of movies that had been in theaters for a while. So it was going to be a long night, and I was going to love every minute. My bladder didn't agree. I don't want to miss part of the movie, but I really need to go. And the movie's just getting so good. I was beginning to regret buying the jumbo soda. We're going to hold it because I don't want to lose the car. In order not to miss anything, I chose to hold it in. Probably the worst choice I've made. Bathroom related, anyway. Not even 20 minutes later, I exploded. Oh no, and it wouldn't stop. Even though no one could see me, I was so embarrassed. Went to the restroom and cleaned myself up. Brought back as many towels as I could. Tried to clean it up as fast as I could, though the smell stayed. Well, it's better than having the car jacked. Finished watching the movies. Yes, I stayed. Not only to see what it paid for, because I couldn't pay attention to the movies. How was I going to explain this when I got home? Car had to be professionally cleaned to get rid of the smell. But my dad wasn't mad when I told him. He was actually laughing? And he said, and I quote, "I did the same thing once. At least you weren't on a date." I can't even scratch the surface of my experiences. But some of the biggest things happen when you have to be an adult. After high school, I was forced. Well, not forced. I was suggested to get a job. Parents are such a pain. Well, it wasn't a bad idea, since I wanted stuff, and that requires money, though it took me weeks and what felt like hundreds of applications. I would work anywhere at this point. Finally, the time came. Just as a waitress, but who am I to complain? It was harder than I thought it would be. But I was pretty, according to all the customers, which got me tips. Really good tips. I was making more than I ever thought I would. But as the weeks went by, it seemed like my checks were getting smaller. I tried to bring it up to the owner, my boss, and he just kept brushing me off, saying that I'm getting paid for what I work. I told my parents. They told me to keep track of my own time. I wanted to trust my boss, but I kept track anyway. My next check was even lower than before. My record showed that I should have been paid more. A lot more. I brought it to the attention of the boss when I was off, and he responded with all these wild excuses. I tried to fight him on it, demanding my money. "You're replaceable. Complain again and you're fired." He walked out of the office for a break, which he did 40 times a day. I noticed something after he left. The safe was open, with a bunch of cash. I worked hard. I wanted what I earned. And I was going to take it, then find another job. Take what you're owed. I took what I thought he owed me. Didn't want to steal, but I wanted what was mine. Left my apron and told everyone there I quit. It was enough to get me by, at least while I found a different job, which I eventually did with far better pay and a great boss. I feel a bit bad, but I don't regret what I did. With all the things in life. I remember the scariest moment of my life. Oh, great. Met a guy and he asked me out. What a beautiful night. And such a great date. He was charming, romantic, caring. Everything you would hope for. At the end of the date, he offered me a ride home. I declined. I wanted to walk home on such a great night. But shortly into my walk, things changed. I saw something off in the distance near an alley. A kid who was waving his arms at this homeless man? I decided to go do a little investigating to what was going on. Though, as I got closer, I saw he had a gun. He was waving a gun around at the man. Is it real? Wait. Is he robbing the guy? How dense am I? Of course he was. Hide and call the cops. I stayed back and silently called the police. Tried to make sure I was hidden. I wanted to be far away. I wanted to leave. But I barely could dial a phone, let alone run. While on the phone with the police, I watched as the poor guy cowered in fear, but still refused to give what little he had. It seemed to piss the kid off even more. Suddenly, the homeless man jumped at his attacker. Oh! Fuck me, God, this, cricked my neck a little bit there. That hurt. Oh, fuck. My heart stopped indeed, motherfucker. Watching the homeless man's body to fall to the floor. His shooter rummaged through his body, then ran off. I dropped my phone with 911 on the line. Ran to him as fast as I could. There was no point. Lifeless. Motionless. He was dead. Could I have done something? As everyone was running around, I couldn't keep track of anything. Just stood there motionless as the sirens and lights surrounded me. I was questioned for a while about the description of the shooter, but only to find out that my memory couldn't recall anything but a vague description. All that was crossing my mind. That image was burned into me. It took me weeks to recover. I still haven't gotten over it. My parents described me as completely inconsolable. I felt like I could have saved him. I can't escape how much trouble I feel like I've caused everyone. Mostly my parents. Being an adult has never made me want to be a kid again. Every day you wish you could just be carefree and irresponsible again. That's it. Screw being an adult. I went and got drunk. I mean, everyone. Did not care what— Oh, wait. The grammar on this is fucking my brain. Did not care what gender. One guy offered to buy me a drink. I wasn't gonna pass that up. Which was unknowingly one of the worst decisions of my life. Something was wrong. It was not okay after that drink. Everything started feeling weird. I think I was drugged. Then I just got worse from there. Got me into a cab, heading somewhere. I was not in control of myself. I wanted everything, but wanted to get away at the same time. My brain made me relive all my bad experiences. All at once, I was shutting down. Being drugged didn't make it any better. Next thing I could recall was that he was touching me. It all changed. Wished I was good and did everything right. Couldn't move. Couldn't scream. Couldn't fight back. This is all my fault. Somebody save me. A cab driver. Barely after we started moving. He slammed on the brakes. Looked back and asked if I was okay. I could barely shake my head. Apparently it was enough. The cab driver busted out of his door and ripped the guy out of the back. Punched him out cold in one shot. This cab driver, I have no idea what he looked like. And it didn't matter. He saved me from a horrible experience. Before I passed out, he managed to find out where I wanted to go. With the barely audible voice I had, he took out my phone and called my parents. I couldn't stop him even if I wanted to. My parents gave him their address and he dropped me off. Parents helped me inside and took me to my old room. I haven't been there in so long. It almost looks unchanged. I felt safe and fell asleep. My mother woke me in the afternoon. I started to cry about what had almost happened. Mother talked to me for the rest of the day. Later that night, my dad brought me one of his famous pork chops. And it was the best fucking pork chop ever. I love my parents. They've taken such good care of me. Through everything. I can never thank them enough. But that's when it all happened. When everything changed. It had to have been years now. It's hard to keep count like this. Just a normal day coming home from work. Nothing special. Lived close enough to walk home every day. Only a few blocks, occasionally pick up a coffee. Waiting. The sign changes to walk. Start crossing. About halfway into the street. Since the accident, I'd been in a coma. But I can hear everything. Every word the doctors have said. Every single thing my parents fought about. I wish I could tell them one last time. I'm so sorry for what I put them through. My parents are still fighting. It's all about money. Me being a burden. And that they can't afford the care I need. Even the doctor is saying I won't be coming out of this. And at this point, I don't think I want to anymore. But it's not like I have a choice. And I can hear them. I don't get one now. They're coming. If I had one wish, I want to tell them thank you. And that I love you both so. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, fuck. Okay. I got the bad end, apparently. I didn't know there were good and bad endings. I didn't. Okay. Thank you for completely destroying me. I appreciate that. Well, that was If One Thing Changed. I'm gonna go clean myself up now. Uh, so I'm gonna leave this down in the description if you want to try this one out for yourself. Wow, okay. I need a minute from that. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. I have nothing else to say for this except that was really good. It's not hard to make me cry, but goddamn. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or any, game suggestions or what have you, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll do what I can about playing games. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.